All right. And welcome back, everyone, to Strange Planet Podcast. And as we've discussed the last time we've all visited here, Renée God, unfortunately, her life was taken by ICE. And go figure, what, about a week, maybe not even later, a man named Alex Pretti, who was a nurse, was also gunned down by ICE. Now, if you guys had seen these videos like I have, and everyone on the panel here too has, there is no question that these individuals did not provoke or push or try to attack these agents in any way. They were murdered, and that's the only way to see it. So if you're choosing not to see it that way, then you're doing it willfully, because there is absolutely no way, from what I saw alone, that you know what I mean, that these people were attacking ICE agents and they took action on this. It just makes no sense at all. And let's keep in mind too that now that we're on the topic of ICE here, these are basically this is what our healthcare budget removal is now going towards. So they took the money out of Medicaid, Medicare, and all that, and just gave it to these untrained people that they're calling soldiers now. So I don't know. This whole thing is a fucking circus to me. But my question to you guys is, when will the carnage end?
Well, it's hard to say. Gee, it's so much wrong with this country. But I think the carnage will end when we get this hateful dictator out, because whatever little good he has done, and I can't see it because all the other bullshit is in front of it. He has no leg to stand on as considering himself one of the best presidents in the world or anything to that nature. And I reiterate, he should have never been elected president in the first place. But, people don't want to, people see what they want to see,
That's the problem. They're living in their own fantasy bubble.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm seeing this here. And it's not, there's nothing normal about this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Try to storm the Capitol now. You'll get gunned down before you even get close.
yeah, yeah. And that's the crazy part too, because when I think they talked to, when Trump was, interviewed or spoke about this, Mr. Far right and Republicans love their guns. Now he's trying to say that they shouldn't have them.
Yeah,
So
because
yeah,
he
now
doesn't
we're
want
turning our
regular
back on.
people.
Yeah, remember it was the Democrats. They said that we're going to take your guns away. It's interesting how the tables have turned.
No, they don't want to take your guns away. They just want to get automatic weapons off the streets.
To make it
But
easier for ICE to, complete their terrorism. You know
no,
what I mean?
no.
So
No,
yeah,
you can do a
so
lot more killing with an automatic weapon than with just a regular handgun or rifle or something.
yeah,
But
like
that's
this.
besides the point. That's besides the point. American, standards set aside, he's gone above and beyond criminality here.
Oh yeah, in
It's
more
always
ways
like
than one.
for whatever article you read on the newspaper that he's involved in, whether it's Epstein files or whether it's this new thing he's doing. There's like five other things in the background that you know nothing about
Pretty
that are going
much.
little secret. Remember the Project 2025 things we were talking about last year? Yeah, all that stuff has already been unraveling this whole
Yeah,
year.
this is it. This is it. Yeah,
Yeah, this is it.
you ain't kidding.
They're
Yeah.
gonna take away all your all your additives that keep you, afloat in the world to make you have to do shit for yourself. Which in respect, getting a swift kick in the ass to get yourself a job is great. Stop sucking off and being a sponge. Go make yourself useful. But at the same time, the people who need this stuff to survive, who need this stuff to push forward, are getting taken away from them too,
Oh, of
and that's
course.
not good. And then you have fucking ICE on the streets. I mean, you pretty much have an army that is answers to no one, refuses to identify, will find any excuse to shoot you, and even if you're just standing there, they'll be like, you're on a list now. You're a terrorist.
Yeah,
So I mean,
this is where we're
that's
at right
it.
now as a country.
He,
Yeah.
Trump is pretty much telling anybody who disagrees with him, you're an enemy of the state, and I'm going to get you. Whether
Hmm.
you are an immigrant or you're an American citizen or you're a celebrity or you're not a celebrity or you're male or you're female or you're black or you're white or any other color of the rainbow, he does not care. If you disagree with him, he's going to sue you. He's going to go after you.
Imagine
I
we're
mean,
talking about the U.S. president here too. Like
yeah, I
it's
mean, just the
this
other
is
day
unbelievable.
just the other day he was suing. Just the other day he was suing Bank of America for something, and then uh, now Bank of America has come on and said, "Oh, a letter to his employees. Oh, this that the other thing in the atmosphere. We have to rise above and de-escalate the situation. I had a great conversation with President Trump. Right there. Anytime you hear one of Trump's buzzwords coming out of someone else's mouth, I had a great, we had a good, it was a good thing. I had the best. Yeah, all that's bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I don't want to keep ranting on here. I'll give someone else the floor, but I'm here with it. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done.
I hear you though, man. No, I'm with you. What do you think about this carnage here, Rook?
Well, I think that it's just a natural sort of endpoint for this immigration policy, which is very different from immigration policy that we've seen in the past.
Hmm.
Immigration policy that we've seen in the past, we've seen, higher numbers of deportations, but they were done legally.
Right.
They don't, go into schools. They don't, you
Abduct
know,
kids.
right. And
Yeah,
and and
Hospitals.
yeah, right.
yeah,
Like,
and
the fuck?
they're it's their tactics and their complete disregard for humanity.
Yeah.
Um, and so, they're engaging in all these tactics, and when people stand up, they put them down. Okay. And there have been some incidents of I guess confrontations between ICE and the National Guard and whoever else Trump has running around cities trying to quell protests and round up immigrants. Um, it's I don't think it's going to go away because I think it's by design.
Hmm. You're right.
They want civil unrest. They want people to protest because that keeps the whole distraction going for Trump to get away with, whatever he's done with the in the Epstein files. It keeps the distraction from him implementing Project 2025. Uh, you know, it keeps the distraction from a lot of the billionaire class benefiting from his presidency. Uh, it's
Distraction.
there's no um so if you have like Jeff Bezos bankrolling Melania, a documentary, I guess, on Melania, um, why is the head of Amazon and one of the world's richest men, why is he producing a movie on Melania?
Yeah, for
Like
real.
that makes no sense.
And what's
And
there to say?
previously he did not like Trump. But when it
He
came
had
time,
a good conversation.
right, they talked, and now Bezos, who owns the Washington Post, got rid of his editorial board, so there's really no pushback on the presidency from that news outlet. Um, and so I think that, all of this, whatever controversy he can stir up that distracts him from what's really going on, or distracts people from what's really going on,
Hmm.
I think is definitely, um, it's going to continue because he'll just, even if, um, the he showed he was interested possibly in toning down the rhetoric, not toning down the rhetoric, but de-escalating things in Minnesota. I don't really believe that,
Me
but
neither.
in case he does, he'll just find something else to pivot to
Yeah,
and cause controversy there.
like a
Like
different state.
he announced like a lot of different tariffs and the market suffered because of it. It's like he just finds like if something for some reason, if it's all calm, he finds some way to disrupt things. Because as long as he disrupts things, people can't, focus on the Epstein files and
Right. It's all
what,
distractions.
what was coming out of them.
Hmm.
He's in violation of the law right now, his administration, for not releasing the Epstein files. They only released some of them,
And it wasn't
not all of
even
them.
full. Yeah, it wasn't even
And,
redacted.
it's the law that all of them must be released, okay? And just such a small percentage was. And so, yeah, they're gonna distract as much as possible.
Hmm.
Um, and it's just sad because these are our rights. We have a right to protest. Our country started because of protest. The Boston Tea Party. Um, and it started with violent protest and quote unquote an insurrection, actually. No, I'm not saying that insurrection should be allowed, obviously not. But um,
Yeah,
our American spirit is like a large part of that is protests against authority. And people need to be allowed to do that, and they need to feel like they're safe to do that.
Right, right.
I want to make an edit there. More tyranny than authority. Because
True.
we
Okay.
recognize authority, but when you use authority against us, the people, we see that as tyranny, and then that's when we fucking put our foot down. But
Yeah.
I
Sure.
don't know. I think we've got complacent in our time here as Americans because
Some
you
of
know
us, I think, have. Yeah,
yeah,
continue.
some people are just it doesn't affect me. Like look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. She was like, oh no 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 nothing to see here, nothing to see here.
Mm.
Oh, it's affecting me now. So yeah, things are a problem. But the funny part is she still talks about the January 6th thing as like it's still a walk in a park.
Of course. Yeah,
So,
she's got to suckle to her base still. You know what I mean?
so stupid, man.
Yeah.
I don't see how the, the the Republicans can come back from this if and when we get back to normalcy.
Yeah. Good, quite good wording there.
Because
Yeah,
it's
because
just like
I
it's
mean,
you already hear Trump
I
flout in the third fucking term
listen,
already.
listen,
It's just
listen. The Republicans will always come back, okay? We said the same thing about George W. Bush, you know?
but this is worse.
No, hold
no, no, no,
on.
no.
He
George
he
W.
com
Bush was an idiot, and that's
Right,
fine.
but he completely tanked the economy. Like our economy was losing a hundred
Yeah,
thousand
and we
jobs like a month.
yeah,
Like,
2008, the depression. Yeah, I remember
yeah,
that.
like what the fuck?
Yep.
Do
But
people
at
forget
the
about
same time,
that?
Yes,
this
they did.
And
That's
then
why.
far
Obama
beyond
comes and he slowly builds back a strong economy. And then Trump comes in and messes it
fucks it
up
all up.
again.
Yeah.
We have
But
COVID and
I don't think a lot of
it
this
goes out
messing
of
up was
control. But people don't remember
Yeah. They're.
how horrible of a president Trump was his first term.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
was he was horrific. Like there was
You
a
know what it was?
dumpster fire every week
Yeah.
or
Just
every
like
day
now. Yeah.
almost.
No one remembers it because there was a lot of like people pushing what he did. Him, oh, fake news, fake news, fake news. He kept brushing it away, and for some reason, people kept listening.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, if you also remember too, during the first term, he didn't have all of his cronies in place, so
yes,
he
there were
said a lot of
adults in the
shit.
room at the time.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, but a lot of it was shot down. Difference now is, you know what I mean? He's got all of his, cronies in there. So basically, like the whole Venezuela thing could have happened last term had, if he
Yeah.
had his minions in. You know
Well,
what I mean? So,
here's my thing on that too. If you don't do what he says, he fires you or sues you
and
or
then
finds
puts,
some way to get you out.
and then put someone in that'll do it.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
put someone in, they'll do
basically,
it. And a
just
lot
a
of
bunch of
people are
yes
like,
men.
I'm not going to sit here and waste my career on this, and they quit. But then they open up the power void for him to bring in some stupid ass like Cash Patel,
Yeah.
who
Oh God.
who tells Congress to their
Is he
face,
seeing
"Are you
straight? I
are you
can't
threatening
tell.
me? Are you saying I'm lying? Or I'm not going to give that to you?" He's like defying Congress. How
Yeah.
are these people going to be held accountable for anything when all they're doing is flouting? Just
One thing I will say too is from the man that said he was going to drain the swamp, I think he plugged the swamp and filled it more.
yeah,
That's the way it looks. We have nobody in any position in power right now that's actually qualified for the position. We
yeah.
have an
I mean, well,
ex-heroin addict right now
other
in
than the
charge of
Supreme
like our
Court, but
board of health,
the Supreme
our
Court is
Department of
bought and
Health. Like,
paid for anyway, so they're not helping out. And you
yeah,
got
like
like,
this is
I,
insane. Like,
oh, I will say this though, there is some stirrings with Jack Smith and Eileen Cannon is trying to put her thumb down on it, but it looks like it's something's gonna happen.
I
I
also
hope.
heard wind recently that Nome finally might have crossed the pulled the last straw. She might be getting the boot next. I don't know how true it is, but
I doubt it. She's doing exactly what Trump wants her to do.
that's the reason why I didn't see it really happening either.
Yeah,
Because
no,
yeah,
that's that.
she just puts her bib
I
on,
actually
gets
read
on her
it,
knees, and you know what I
read
But
mean.
that.
but
No, I
no,
actually
the thing.
read that
Go ahead.
they asked him about it. He's like, "Oh no, she's doing a wonderful job." That's it. That was his response. He's
Yeah,
like, everyone's like,
wonderful
"Oh,
job.
thinking about she's going to get impeached and this, that, and the other thing." No, he's like, "Oh, do you think she's going to get impeached? She's going to get removed?" He's like, "No, she's doing a great job."
Unreal.
There you go.
One thing I'll add too is adding what Rook said earlier. President Obama, actually, if I'm not mistaken, might be the first president that had the most deportations without ICE, without killing U.S. citizens, and doing it, legally, the right way. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know what his
Well,
deportation rate is right now, but there's a
he
lot of
didn't have the most
casualties.
as far as like compared to Bush and um I'm not sure the exact numbers, but he had more than Bush. Okay. When people complained about, immigration during the Obama administration, Obama was deporting, more immigrants than his predecessor.
Yeah.
So, I- you know, there's definitely what's different about this president is he is combining it with racially charged rhetoric
Yep.
and tactics that are cruel and that, harm people. They're just, round them up, disappear them without due process, which, not only American citizens are afforded, but human beings are afforded due process
Right.
under our
Right.
law. Um, and he's just saying, oh, deport them to whatever country. We don't care if they didn't come from that country. Like, this is like out of hand. And so, there is a qualitative difference in uh, you know, just immigration law and immigration enforcement, which, of course we have to have, of course we need that, but, and, Obama also had policies pathways to citizenship, like
Right. Right.
Dreamers and like
DACA.
DACA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, it's
That's the
but
right
but but
way.
Trump wants to, and you always hear Trump and his allies saying, "Oh, what about, naturalized citizens like uh, Representative Omar, like wants to deport her back to Somalia."
Right. Right.
Um, Rosie O'Donnell wants to take away her citizenship. Um,
She already left the country, I
right,
think.
but he wants to take away, like, once you're a citizen, and you've gone through that process, you
Yeah.
shouldn't have it taken away, not
Right?
unless
Like,
you're
what
a
sense does
terrorist.
that make?
But you know what? He labeled the woman that died in Minnesota, Renee Good,
Hmm.
a domestic terrorist.
Which
He
is not,
labeled um, Alex
Alex Pretti.
Pretti, domestic terrorist, um, without any investigation,
Fucking
and
coward.
when the
Yeah,
evidence does not show, if a car is going this way and the police are this way,
he went out of his way to pop her in the head, dude.
yeah,
Like
like,
literally.
and when someone is on the ground, surrounded by police, they remove his legally, um,
Carry,
he illegally carried concealed carry gun. He had it, and they removed it, and then they shot him.
right? Imagine
Like,
that.
you're already subdued. You're on the ground,
He's got like 8 people
and
on him, like
right, and you're getting pepper sprayed in the face and
right.
beaten,
And they shot him like
and
10 times, I think.
yeah, and
Like what the
so
fuck?
that is, and you're the domestic terrorist.
Right,
For,
like
and you
exactly.
didn't raise a finger. You didn't
He didn't do
pull your
anything.
weapon. He didn't do anything. And so, you know, for him to say that even prior to an investigation, that just shows where his mentality is. If you protest against him, he will label you a domestic terrorist. He
Yeah, and then
views
not
you
even
as a domestic terrorist because you are against him and his
So
policies.
here's my question: why was he put down on the ground in the first place? Was he in a protest?
bingo. There was no reason even for that much. Yeah, he wasn't being violent or nothing.
No, no.
Yeah.
I
He
think
was
I
just
think
he was
I
just
think
carrying, right?
right.
But it
I
was
think
concealed.
I think what he was doing was helping out a woman who
Oh
was
yeah, I
pepper
remember hearing that.
sprayed,
Yeah,
He
you're
was
right.
helping. He was helping an
you
old
know,
lady,
being a
and he got killed
nurse.
for it.
Okay. Yeah, and he was helping a woman who apparently had been pepper sprayed and thrown to the ground by ICE agents. And you know, for him to be, assaulted and then killed like that is just, it's a sad thing in and of itself. But then for the administration and Trump to trash him, to label him as a domestic terrorist, and to uh, you know try to denigrate him and say that he was hostile toward the agents.
Despite the
I think
video
Chris,
proof.
right?
Yeah,
I think that Christy Nome, and others say he had like the worst intentions, or something to that effect. Like,
How? Like
this is a guy who worked as an ICU nurse. That's like, you know, you're saving lives every day. And at the VA. So like he's helping veterans.
right, exactly.
So like, wow. I mean, for them to kill this man and then to trash him and then have people, all over the United States piling on and trashing him. Like, that's some disgusting shit.
that's
Yeah,
And
disgusting.
it
that's
is
sick,
honestly
man.
some disgusting shit. People should be ashamed of themselves for buying this narrative and for contributing to this narrative. And
Right,
honestly,
right.
if you do, fuck you.
Yeah,
Yeah, 110%.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. If you're feeding into this bullshit, fuck you.
Yeah, because this is sickening, man. Like, and they're taking a control. They're taking advantage of your easily swayed and gullible mind at this point, because there's no evidence to prove any of what she said at all. You know what I mean? And the sad thing about it is the reason why they're doing this is because they know some of their base is dumb enough to believe it. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that's really where we're at. Because, like, if you have your own mind and you can think for yourself and not just obey, you know what I mean?
I
You know what I
I
mean?
think
Like, you can
more.
see this shit. Like,
I don't think it's that. I don't think that they're looking at their own uh, voter base and saying that they're stupid. I think they're just looking like deny everything, even if it's you took a shit yesterday. Deny everything. No one takes shit. Shits are a myth. There's no poo in your system. It's just with Trump,
Well,
it's deny, 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 deflect, deflect, deflect.
yeah,
I think
exactly.
Never
I
admit
forget I
anything.
forget whether it was Kim Jong Il or Kim Jong Un, that like denied ever having to take a shit. This is shit that actual people say, like not fictional made up, like an actual like autocratic leader told
Yeah,
his people.
that's
Okay.
true.
So like if he can do that, imagine the shit, no pun intended, that Trump can get away with.
For
Yeah.
real though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the sad
See,
part about what
this
we're living in right now.
we
Never
are a
thought
hair's
America would take this turn.
we are a hair's breadth away from martial law and from Trump actually going out on the street and shooting someone and getting away with it.
Yeah, he probably could
He's
at
got
this
his
rate.
cronies doing right now,
He
which is
probably.
basically his right hand. And if they can do it, he's going to end up doing one day. And it's just, I don't understand how he got here. I don't understand how the rabbit hole has gotten this deep and we haven't looked back to be like, are we going the wrong way?
Yeah, seriously, because that's really where we're at right now.
We
And this,
are.
there's nothing normal about any of this. You know what I mean? Like
No, there's
this,
nothing
yeah,
normal about this.
like this country never has seen this level, this close to a dictatorship in its history. Like even as big a failure, like I may have said in the past episodes, as big of a failure as Bush was, there was never a point where I was like, I don't think he's for the country, he's for himself. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't like the guy whatsoever. I would actually pay to put him in right now to get this orange clown out, but you can't do that. You know what I mean? So that's not an option. But this is just not, this is unseen and unheard of. And the further we allow, like you said, to go down this rabbit hole, the harder it's going to be to get out. You know what I mean?
But
So
the sad part about it is we can't do anything until an election year.
yeah, so
We
you
have to
gotta
sit
vote.
here and suffer while him and his cronies
No, we can
tweak
do
the
things.
rules
We
to
can we
everything
we can
so they can win the
protest.
They
game
got to
before the
continue
game
to
even
We can
protest.
starts.
protest,
Yeah.
we can organize.
Oh,
That's
well,
what
yeah,
we have
No,
to
exactly. Those
continue
are
to
the two
do.
key features in the
the
meantime.
sad thing about all this is like he's setting it up to where people will have unrest in our states, and then once that happens, that's when he'll kick in martial law.
Well, put it this way, though. The
All these
more,
people are trying to hurt me. They don't
well,
understand what it's like being president.
put it this
We're
way,
going
though.
into martial law. We're going to send all the army into all the Democratic states.
The
The
more,
leftists want me dead. It's just
yeah, but the more civilians this clown keeps killing through ICE, it's not going to help him in an election year, whether it's the midterms or the regular one. So he knows
it's
he's going to blow
honestly,
the fucking midterms, I think.
honestly, it's all how they spin it to just push that line a little bit over. Because right
Right.
now they have most of it rigged. They have
See,
the
that's the only thing
state
I'm worried about in
gerrymandered.
the end. That's the
They have
only thing, yeah.
suppression on all the Democratic states. They have fucking it booted all immigrants and apparently some U.S. citizens too, who might have been on a Democratic list as well. I'm pretty goddamn sure that that's the case as well. So they're doing everything they can to rig the system for their favor.
Yeah, no,
And
that's a
again,
worry
it's
too.
not just gerrymandering; it's beyond that. They're physically removing people from areas.
Yeah, and I almost feel like what he might be trying to do by having all this carnage in the streets with ICE, eventually, if this like it's who are we kidding? It's going to continue because
Of
they
course,
got no control over anything, and this is just fucking a circus at this point. But
no
like the
control.
more this continues, what's going to happen during like say the midterm elections? Oh, it's not safe to go vote, so don't go out, or you might get hurt or something.
ICE
You
will
know what
be
I mean?
stationed
So like this is the narrative that's coming. So get ready.
ICE will be stationed in all polling booths in Democratic states to make sure there's no cheating.
Yeah, or they won't even have them there. They might even make it harder in certain areas for like Democratic areas to vote and stuff. So we're gonna find out when that time comes. But the important thing is that everybody still gets out to vote because going back to the beginning of the episode, I was saying when will the carnage end? The only way this carnage is gonna end is when this asshole is removed because this is the puppeteering all these strings. You know what I mean? So that's the only way this is really gonna happen. So if you think it's bad now, but put your seatbelt on because it's going to get a lot worse as we,
Just you
yeah,
wait.
yeah, as we approach this upcoming year and even the years coming. But like I did say, because he's fucking up so bad and he's such a utter and complete national, worldwide, rather embarrassment and failure, that I almost think that he knows he's going to fail the midterms, and if he gets like if it goes really bad, that will limit his power to a certain degree, and then hopefully it continues for the next 2 years following, and then we can get rid of this orange clown once and for all. I mean, realistically, he's supposed to be removed, period, because he can't vote. I mean, he can't be reelected. This is technically his last term, but we're living in a dictatorship now, so who
Yeah,
the fuck knows
yeah.
what to believe? You know what I mean? So
He'll
yeah,
put somebody in a position of power. He'll
yeah,
have Congress or the House vote. They'll make a thing. And of course, he's not going to veto it because it's what he wants in the first place.
exactly. Because if it's in his favor, it's okay, but if it's not, then we have to rig it so it is. You know?
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
I
I
just can't
swear.
believe this is America right now. Like, since I was a kid till now, I never thought I would see the country like this take this kind of turn. And the fact that there's still some people on board with it, which is also just, it throws me in for the loop because they're not getting anything out of this. The only people getting anything out of this is like Rook said in the beginning of the episode, people like Bezos, people like Zuckerberg, the billionaires and the millionaires. If you're making less than 500K, you ain't getting shit. So don't expect it.
Yep.
Yeah, or even a quarter million, not even 500K. That's the bar's too high there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like the rest of us are all in this one bracket, whether you want to believe it or not. And then the rest of them, the billionaires, the 1% and everything, they're just cashing in on America's stupidity at this point. It really is. That's where America is right now. Not to mention the violence and the carnage every fucking day due to ICE. You know what I mean? Like this is just not normal and it needs to stop. And okay, that's all we got for this week on Strange Planet Podcast. No new episodes will be every Friday on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, and comment, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.